The cell phone has become a prime staple of today's social culture. Globally, about 6 billion text messages are sent every day. That's the equivalent of writing the complete works of William Shakespeare about 18,000 times. Since its introduction in the 70s, the cell phone has become an enormously powerful and profitable product. It's inspired the creation of many digital devices, including tablets, and has shifted the ways of entertainment and, most importantly, communication. This is the mobilization of media. In the past decade, smart technology has reformed the way cell phones have operated. Smartphones are more like computers rather than phones. They can access the internet, check email, listen to music, and the list goes on. In the early 2000s, smaller phones were favored over larger ones because they were less bulky and were mainly used for business purposes, rather than for personal reasons. However, smartphones inspired the need for a larger screen capable of easily viewing web pages and videos, while also starting the idea for new mobile apps. Tim Rogers has worked at Best Buy for more than 10 years as a specialist in the mobile field, and believes that the cell phone industry isn't the only thing that's getting bigger.
The larger screen is something that people are driven to. I think customers are getting to wanting the larger screen due to the way that the technology is going today and the ability to watch pretty much any type of video that you can on there and being able to share that with their friends. Really, I think it's ease of use, screen size, and the speed. I think the speed of the phones are also an important feature that customers are looking for. Be able to do all their daily tasks that they need to do with the phone. It's convenient to me, and I think it's convenient to everybody else.
Most technology is beginning to take the path toward becoming smart. Sports equipment, surveillance cameras, and even clothing are incorporated with smart technology capabilities. In the mobile industry, basic phones, or phones without smart technology, are predicted to vanish from the market in just a few years.
Right now, with the way that everything's going, everybody is mobile, where everybody's on the go and they want to be able to access their files or their music.
By the end of 2013, there were more mobile devices on Earth than people. The top mobile vendors include Samsung, Apple, and Nokia, respectively. Several surveys conducted over the past few years reveal that over half of all smartphone owners use their cell phone as a primary source for accessing the internet, and 80% of the time using a mobile device is spent while being inside an app. Almost half of smartphone users even admit to sleeping with their phone at their side so they didn't miss an incoming text or notification. It's astounding how often we use our phones in our daily lives. The app Draw Something reached over 50 million users over the course of just 50 days, where it took the radio industry about 38 years to accomplish the same task. Tom Byrne knows quite a lot about the radio industry. He's worked in the radio career field since 1990 and knows that it is essential for his business to adapt to the mobile trend of media consumption.
To succeed in this business in the future, you are going to have to absolutely be a person who's capable of working in a multimedia world and understanding that any story you tell, you have to be able to tell it in a way that makes sense to someone who's listening on the radio, to someone who's going online to your website, to someone who's going to your mobile app, which is a different experience than your desktop.
He also thinks that cell phones have created a tighter community of mobile listeners.
And this is your source in Delaware for NPR News 91.1 WDDE, streaming live online at WDDE.org. I'm Joseph Leahy. Good afternoon. It's 89 degrees at 4:59 in the state capitol. And stay with us for more All Things Considered coming up after an update from NPR News.
10 years from now, I really think people will be listening with devices. That is the future of it.
Tablets have also become increasingly popular since their debut 4 years ago. In 2010, only about 3% of adults owned a tablet, whereas currently about 50% own one. For the first time, tablets take up more internet traffic space than smartphones by a slight margin.
Before you had tablets and smartphones, you were still limited, in fact, to people being at their desktop computer. Now, people can literally be sitting on a train with their earphones on, plugged into their phone, listening or reading, to what you've done, and they can be anywhere doing it. If you think about 9 1990 versus now, I mean, that's mind-boggling how much of a change that is.
Jasmine Purowitt and Richard Wright work as business consultants in Verizon Wireless, and both agree that tablets have many similarities to smartphones and that many of their features are being combined into one product.
Now phones are size of tablet, they call it phablet. Phone plus tablet is phablet. I don't know where that came from though. So no more, like they don't really want a tablet now because they can do everything that they can do on a tablet on their phone. And the screen size is getting bigger and bigger every day. So yes, there are some people, age group, I would say the older age group, they're still getting a tablet because of the screen size, because tablet's really big. But young people like us, they don't want to get a tablet because they can do everything with the phone.
A new trend has also recently emerged known as the Zero TV Home. It refers to those who no longer watch traditional TV, but who instead stream TV programs through the internet onto cell phones, tablets, or computers. Over 5 million Americans have canceled their cable subscriptions and switched to this less expensive alternative.
I think a lot of people are watching your Netflixes and your Hulus on your phone because it's there, it's readily available when they want to watch it. When they want to watch it, they don't want to have to wait to go home. I've adapted to the smaller screen, and I think everybody else has too.
There is an app they're gonna working on right now that if you have a car, you can like put some kind of lock. I don't know exactly, it's not out yet, but they're thinking you'll be able to unlock your car from your phone.
I've seen a lot of people look for the health features where it can tell you your cholesterol level, BMI, things of that nature. And then I've seen other people who are concerned about keeping a budget, be more concerned about banking apps.
Smartphone basically does everything except cooking.
In 2013, about $33 billion was spent on television advertising, while only about $10 billion was spent on mobile advertising. While the television industry has maintained the lead for the most money spent on advertising for years, this trend is thought to reverse by 2017, as the mobile industry is thought to pull ahead as the top contender. When the first cell phone was created, it weighed 2.5 pounds, stood at 10 inches tall, and had a battery life of 20 minutes. It was the first cell phone prototype to be completely finished by Motorola, named the Dynatac. Martin Cooper was their senior engineer and placed the first ever cell phone call on April 3, 1973, in New York City, to inform their rival company, AT&T, of his success. The cost of the cell phone at the time it was distributed would cost the equivalent of $10,000 in today's money. Nicknamed the brick phone, the device was popularized in the movie Wall Street and in the TV series Saved by the Bell.
The track opens at noon, and the first race is at 1? Okay, thanks. Bye.
It instantly became a revolutionary icon of the 1980s. New features were added to the cell phone in the 90s. In 1994, Tetris was introduced as the first mobile game. In 2000, the Predict Text feature became available, and a year later, color displays were incorporated into cell phones. Wi-Fi-enabled phones were manufactured in 2004, while the first mobile cameras were being sold in Japan. 2007 was a game-changing year for the mobile industry when Apple released its first version of the iPhone. Hundreds of people camped outside the Apple Store in New York City, days before its worldwide debut. The iPhone is what started the popular touchscreen trend, which is still considered to be one of the most useful cell phone features around. The convenience provided by technology is at the highest point it has ever been, and will only continue to grow into newer, more accessible, and more advanced devices. The mobile technology industry is a powerhouse at bringing in revenue. People are naturally driven to wanting things that are easily accessible.
Hey guys.
Hey Scott.
Great graduation party, sweetie.
What are you doing?
I'm taking a picture of these ribs with my new GS4. Have a smell.
I smelled the ribs.
Yeah, please.
Bring it in.
Okay. Oh, good. Thanks. You did. Thanks, buddy. You want it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Here, I want to share. Can I share too? No, yours doesn't do that.
Do it, do it, do it.
Got the whole flop in one picture. Hey, you nailed it.
I nailed something.
Hey, what else does it do?
Look inside.
You can control a TV with that thing?
Yeah, it recommends shows too.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna like this.
Mobile technology has provided the world with opportunities that were unthinkable to obtain a century ago, and has become a massive staple of human society. The future is really in the palm of your hand.